Good evening, everyone, from wherever you are logging in around the world. We are excited to have you on board. This is our cyclic training that we do every Tuesday in the evening, 8 p.m. local time, East Africa. And this is one of the things that you really must do consistently, training every other time when we have our members training so that you can be equipped. Those who get tired on the way, unfortunately, they are not able to build strong, effective businesses. But congratulations to all of you, especially for being on time so that we can start together. For those who've just joined us, maybe in the last few days, weeks, and we've not met, Dr. Kariuki Josephat here, married to Pieros, and together we are blessed to have mentored so many people for the last 14 years. And as they say, when you start the business, before you are really a leader, it's all about you. But when you become a leader, you grow and succeed. It's never about you. It's about the people you are growing. And I wish each one of us good luck as you move to the level where you've gotten quite a significant success, that you role model others, not even by talking much, but by them looking at your success and how you do things, and they want to be like you. And it's very possible as long as we keep doing the basics. And one of our basics is basically personal development, or rather training. And tonight I'm so excited that we'll be taken through a wonderful topic on the power of events and trainings. And our trainer tonight is someone who will not be theoretical. She decided from the word go to invest her time in personal development, in training, so that she cannot easily be shaken by, negativity out there. And that is the way to go. So if you allow me, I will invite our first speaker. This is someone I've seen build the business with very busy schedules, but she has never allowed that to stand between her and her growth in the business. She's our next director from here in Nairobi, an executive manager, building a strong team, a strong business. And I'm telling you, director is not her destination, but just a stepping stone as she goes to the higher levels of one team and ultimately president team member. So please help me to bring on stage our first speaker, and that is Constanza Wairimu. Welcome, Constanza. If you can hear me, please take it away.
Hello, good evening.
Evening to you. Can hear you very well.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone, from wherever that you are logging in from. My name is Constanza Wairimu, a very excited member of Superstars team, and also very humbled to be taking you through tonight's program on the power of attending trainings and events. As you've heard, since I joined Superstars team, that day is very different from today, because since then I have undergone very many trainings. I have attended local events and even international. I have been to Dar es Salaam, and I can tell you the events are exciting. They push you. You get the excitement. You see the leaders, the way they are celebrating. You also want to become one of them. You also want to grow. So when we talk about the power of attending trainings and events, there are things that just comes to our mind. So tonight I want to talk to each one of you as an individual. because I'm also talking to myself today as I'm talking to you. Yes, we do not just wake up. I did not just wake up that one day and decide I'm going to that event or I'm going to that training. I had to have had the schedule. So I'm following up with my leader, with my upline. I know when the events are taking place. I know if the event is physical and if the training is online or it is physical. I have the schedule, I have the timetable of the physical trainings, and the events, they come on and off. So whenever the events are announced, I know when they are happening. I get to know the dates. If there are any charges, sacrifice comes in here. You got to sacrifice your time and also that little amount of money that you have to part with so that you get this knowledge, get this development. So sacrifice, you have to sacrifice as a self if you want to grow, if you want to get this knowledge. So you have to have the schedules with you, you got to have the timings, and then plan to part with that little amount of money if it is an event which requires you to pay. So that also calls in for discipline. We got to be very disciplined. You got to be very disciplined to be able to follow up on trainings the way they have been scheduled. And as you continue with the trainings, that means you are consistent. You are able to follow up. That means you are becoming responsible. And if you are becoming responsible, definitely you are able to grow up in your business. As we joined, each one of us, we joined because why? I want to build my own business. And so I have to put in the sacrifice. I have to be consistent and responsible for me to be able to grow my own business. Okay, so each one of us, you are a leader. I am a leader. I should not look up at my upline and see that this is the leader. So I don't have to go for training or I don't have to attend the events. Each one of us, we are leaders. I am a leader, you are a leader. And so we have to put in that discipline because we want this to trickle down to our downlines. We want to duplicate what you are doing to our downlines for us to be able to build our businesses. So each one of us from today, maybe I have not been seeing myself as a leader. Then you should start seeing yourself as a leader because for your business to grow, you have to put in all those efforts. You have to learn to attend those trainings, get the knowledge of how do I learn my business, how do I prospect, how do I come on when the challenges come in, when the disappointments come in, how do I take all this in? So for me to grow my team, my business, I have to go through the training. When we attend these trainings and events, we get to learn a lot of knowledge. We learn a lot. We learn a lot from we learn a lot. We get more knowledge on the products. We get more knowledge on how to learn the business. There are experts in the events who are there to share with us on the major products. They may not cover every other product, but they are there to cover on very major products like the Tree and N, for example, like the Super Grow, for example. There are leaders who are also there. We learn from them when they talk to us on how they have grown their businesses. So here now, we are gaining more knowledge. There are leaders there who have been in the business for long. They have used these products, so they are able to share with us on how they use the products, on how they excelled health-wise, how they have helped their relatives, friends, colleagues. So when we attend the trainings or even the events, we gain knowledge. We are learning, we are changing, we are not the same person. The first time when I went to the KICC for an event, I was stunned. The hall was filled to the full. There was a lot of excitement. I was very new. So even if there was something holding me back, here I have seen quite a new difference. The energy, the excitement, the power. So you also want to become one of those leaders. You want to grow. So the excitement itself, it awakens in you a person that you may not have known. In the events also, we learn so much because there are panels, people discussing about the products, people discussing about how do you start your business, how do you grow. So the conferences, the events, they are super. You learn a lot. The trainings, you learn a lot. The physical trainings, like us in Nairobi, we have the Wednesday trainings, 10 a.m. members training, and the Saturdays trainings, 10 a.m. Here, if you are falling apart, if you are new and you are falling apart, you should not fall apart actually if you are in Nairobi. Because there is so much knowledge that you are losing out if you are not attending the trainings. And you are not paying for anything to come for the training. You just need to sacrifice that time for you to come and learn. All right. When we attend these trainings, we build more networks, not necessarily the new people we are bringing in, but also the colleagues we have in the business. For example, my superstar team member, Madam Susan, she has taught us a lot there. We are sharing the challenges. She is sharing with us how she's growing, how she has done her business, how she's able to reach out to people. So if you stay at home or at work, you are not coming in together with other people, how then do you know what to do if you face these challenges? Or even so, how then do you know how to grow? Whom do you ask? Don't ask on the phone. These things, they are better done physically. If you have a chance to, you do that. And our leaders are really trying out to help us to grow our businesses. In the events where we go for conferences, the events, we are able to welcome, invite many guests. They come. There is power in the events. That energy, so many people, the excitement. So even when you have guests during such kind of events, they are easily able to join in the business because they can really see what is happening. So in the events, you are able to meet other leaders. We do not just go to the events to follow up the programs. You also have a chance to interact with other leaders and to know how they have come to build up their businesses. You get to build your network more. All right. As we attend the trainings and the events, we are able to improve our skills. We are able to improve our skills in the business. Like now, the leadership skills. Our own Dr. Karaoke here. We learn from him how he presents, how he welcomes the people. So I want to be a leader. He's our role model. I want to be a leader like him, to be able to stand up there, welcome people, talk to people. We learn from very little things that we should not be assuming. I do not just assume that I can stand before people and talk to people. So I don't really have to work on it. I'll just stand up one day and do it. No, we need to work on it little by little so that we grow the confidence, and also we grow on how to handle big events. We learn how to prospect during such kind of trainings. We learn how to public speak. We learn a lot of leadership skills as we are seeing other leaders do. We get so inspired and we get so motivated as we learn from our leaders who have excelled in the business, and we feel energized to know that our business is workable and that we are headed to building very great empires as we see our leaders who have done it. So in such kind of events, you really feel the surge, you feel the urge to grow. You want to push and work out your business. You really feel the urge to reach out to many people and grow. Because during the events, you're not just alone. It's a big conference hall with so many people. The excitement itself, it's up there. And you also want to be part of that excitement. And that will have to come with the trainings. You are not able to excel if you are not training, if you are not attending these events. Jim Rohn says, for things to change, you have to change. For things to change, you have to change. If I need anything to change in my life, then I need to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. It's not other things that needs to change. It is you who needs to change. So change begins with us. Even if today we complain about the economy, we complain about our homes, we complain everything, we complain, the change begins with us inside. For anything to work out. So for my own business to work out, I know I have to change. I have to change how I have been doing things. I need to change. If I have not been talking to people, I know I need now to start talking to people. All right. And then Jim Rohn still says, success is not something that you pursue. Success is not something that you pursue. Success is something that you attract. Success is something that you attract by the person that you have become. So if today Constanza is so learned, has so much knowledge on this network marketing, and I am so easily getting out there and talking to people, I have changed so much. I start attracting people to myself. They will be coming to ask me, how do I go about this? How do I go about this? So success is something that you attract, and you cannot attract something if you're not really working out on how to be good. All right. Formal education will make you a living. It will give you a check at the end of the month. But self-education will give you a fortune. And self-education is what we are doing now. We went through the education system. Everybody has to go through the education system. And then after that, what next? We learn every day. And so in network marketing, we self-develop. If I get a good book that is training me on how to do my business well, and I'm able to read 10 pages a day, then in a month, I'm able to read a big book over 300 pages, and I will have wealth of knowledge. So I am developing myself. I am self-developing myself. So if you start training today, you start attending events today, then you are self-developing yourself. Definitely, you will not be the same person as you joined to start your own business. If you start training and attending events, you will start growing a new self, a new you, and a new person will be born within you. Somebody that you never knew really existed. That is why we should always really attend these trainings, attend these events whenever a chance comes up. For the trainings, we all know they are there, the online trainings, the physical trainings. For the events, they are usually announced every other time when they are coming up. And for the annual ones, they are even announced much earlier, that you are able to plan for them. So, as it is simply 100% transformation when you train. You really change completely. The knowledge gives you a good look, a new look. So let us attend trainings, whether online or physical. We cannot afford to be missing out on all of them. And the events, they are very powerful. This is where the leaders are born, during the events. This is where the leaders are born, because the surge, the excitement, the energy, it is great. And you don't want to miss that out. So let me say thank you so much, our leader, our PT, Dr. Josephat Kariuki, for this wonderful opportunity. Back to you.
Wow, that's awesome. You know, those who've been listening carefully, we all have a new perspective of what events and trainings can do. And I must say thank you so much, Constanza, for bringing in such insights. If you are new in this call, I'm sure you are wondering, how can one miss trainings or events? If you've been around for some long time, I'm sure you are wondering, if you've not been attending all the events, why have you been so much unfair to yourself? And I can see people are really congratulating you, Constanza, for that wonderful session. We are very, very grateful. Thank you so much. I've taken so much notes. Some of the things you've shared with us really have inspired even myself that really it is worth investing in trainings and attending events. I don't want to earn much on that, but oh, you don't grow magically at once. I love that. Because what people don't know, that is what Constanza has shared with us, is that every single training you attend and event, it doesn't leave you the same way that you are. Believe you me, sometimes you may not even feel it. Just like the physical growth, Dr. Malusi is in the house, a medical doctor, he will tell us that growth happens every single minute. I dare say every single second, but you never feel it. As you grow, you don't feel it. It's the same thing with growth up here. So every time you attend a training, you read a book, as she shared about reading 10 pages a book equals 300 pages book a month. And that is the best thing you can ever do to yourself. So I really love that. You don't grow magically. And if you allow me, I will add this. Soon, you'll be running your own events and doing your own trainings. If you are carefully attending these events and trainings, mark you, the best students make the best teachers. Did you just say, Constanza, that we actually duplicate ourselves? You know, that is quite frightening, because it means if you're not working on yourself so well, then the person you become by not working on yourself, that weak, untrained person is exactly what you're going to duplicate to your downlines when God gives you some. And a few days ago, I was quoting the late Dr. Munroe Miles, who says that if you know nothing and you teach everything you know, you teach that to your children, then your children will know nothing. And it's the same thing in our business. So you shouldn't really be so much afraid to miss a single training that you qualify for and any event that you can be able to attend. And she has told us, quoting Jim Rohn, that things will never change until you change. So do you want growth in your business? Then it starts with you. When Obama, Barack, former president US, was campaigning, he used a very powerful slogan that you are the change that you've been waiting for. Think about that. The change you've been waiting for, that is exactly what you are bringing. But then you must be very intentional to really work on yourself so that you can change what you don't like about your business. Think about that with me, ladies and gentlemen. What don't you like about your business? Do you love the results that you are getting? Are you happy about the bonus that you are earning currently? If the answer is no, then it is you to change how you've been doing things. But number one thing to change is how you look and how you perceive training and attending events. So I want to pause at this. I know towards the end of this next session, we'll talk more about the upcoming events. Very important for all of us to really still hang on there so that we can close together. But if you allow me, I will go on and do the second session, and that is recognition. Otherwise, thank you so much, Constanza. That was a very, very well done session, well thought. and researched and from your heart. And we really, really appreciate. As you cruise to the top, we are here to celebrate you. Keep on keeping on.